Hello, my fellow adventurers! This is Mloentje, and welcome back to New World. If you're tuning in, you already know what time it is. It is time to go over some more PvP tracks, and in this episode, we are gonna go over track 116 till 120. So let's start off with 116. Track 116, checkpoint 1, we've got a small bundle of coins, 825. They need to get rid of these and just do medium or large bundles. We are above 100. Small should only be below 100, if you ask me, personally. 1500 Umbral Shards, always really nice for 10,000, and small Cartogo potion pack, so I'm gonna go for the Umbral Shards, of course. We got a Gypsum Orb, 12,000, way too expensive. 400 Umbral Shards from these for 12,000, 1500 for 10,000. You get the drift, I said this before, and I'm gonna keep repeating it. We got a Conscript, Ring, Invigorate, and Punishment. PvP only abilities deal 2% bonus damage per buff on a player. And Hardy, you have more max stamina. It's actually a pretty good ring. PvP only, the ability is like 16% increased damage that you can do if the enemy has 8 buffs. So 16 increased damage is really, like bonus damage is really good. And flat stat. And we got a large pile of faction tokens. I'm gonna go for the faction tokens because I want to buy my daily gypsums and I don't want to run out. We got 2 vials of Azoth salt for 500. Always a really good deal. 2,000 Azoth salt for 500. Cool conscripts. Cruel. I said cool. Cruel conscripts. Fire staff of the scholar. Flat stat. Intelligence with chain arcane. Basic attacks hits trigger an arcane chain and bounce between close targets and deal 15 weapon damage. 2 seconds cooldown and vicious critical damage. So overall, pretty good one, and it is good to actually, well, activate your Heart Rune more often. But I don't believe it is BIS, and it's not a legendary one. So you're missing basically a third perk. You're missing a weapon perk for the Fire Staff on this one. We got the prestigious Shattered Grievers of the Ranges, Epic Heavy Legwear, Shuriken Heals, and Resilient and Flat Stat Dexterity. Dexterity is usually for damage builds, not for tank builds, so heavy legwear with dexterity, it's not a piece that I would pick up ever. I don't see any use for this. Like bow, you're usually gonna go like almost, well, bow, spear, rapier, like anything dexterity, you're basically gonna go for a glass cannon build or almost to the point that you're a glass cannon build, just so you can max out the damage that you're doing. So I'm gonna go for the 2 vials of Azoth salt, and there we go, 116 complete. Track 117, we've got checkpoint 1, small bundle of faction tokens, 2,400. Medium Cartogo potion pack tier 5, and the Solemnizes boot of the ranger, dexterity flat stat, medium footwear with Shuriken Fortification and Keen Berserk. Increase crit chance by 40% while under 50% HP while berserking. So actually, a good one, but I'm not really sure if Keen Berserk is all that good. Like, increased crit chance is not bad, but I do feel like there are better perks out there for the hatchet. And then for straight flat stat, weapon mastery, attributes. The hatchet does benefit from, not really sure what you actually run, if you run strength for a hatchet or, because I basically I don't run hatchet. I don't play with hatchet. It says it scales off both, but one of the two is gonna be better than the other. It always is. It always is. So I'm not really sure if that one is a better pick though. But we are gonna go for the small bundle of faction tokens. Checkpoint 2, we got small Astra potion pack tier of 5. 1500 Umbral Shards for 10,000 is always a good deal, guys. And we got a large pile of coins, 1,375. I got enough Umbral Shards for now to actually do like 6 or 7 pieces of gear. So I am actually pretty good, but I am running a little bit low on money, as always. So I'm gonna go for the large pile of coins. And then we got 3 named items in 1 track. And I hate this. I wish these named items were like divided among these 3 tracks. We got the Solemn Cowl, a light headwear, constitution refreshing with resilient. We got the Baleful Protector, the epic named heavy chestwear, constitution with refreshing ward and resilience. So refreshing ward can work really well for a tanky build. And it kind of works for PvE and PvP, but resilient is only PvP only, so this would kind of work more towards tank build for PvP. And then we got the prestigious Idolater's Glove of the Sentry, legendary, constitution with freedom, refreshing evasion, and resilience. Now this is actually a really good piece. Like, it has freedom on it. I love freedom. It's got resilient on it. I love resilience, and refreshing evasion is always good. So let me... Solemn Cowl is constitution, and Baleful was constitution as well. So if we go Brightwood and then go last stand, let's quickly check. Baleful Protector. So yeah, actually we got this quite recently, I think so. Even refreshing ward, shuriken heals, and resilient. And then if we look at the heads, Helm of the Bear, that's not it. Don't we have the Cowl? I kind of remember having the Cowl as well. It doesn't say that I have it. It's the only headpiece I have, right? I'm looking correctly. Kind of strange. Ooh, this is actually a hard one for me, because if this one has like freedom on it, it would be an item that I could use. If this one is an item I can use guaranteed. Like, guarantee, I know that if I pick this one, I can work it into a bunch of builds. But this one all depends on what the third perk is. So I'm gonna take a chance and see if this one actually returns somewhere, and actually pick this one. It is 15,000, guys. It is a really expensive piece, but I know I can use this piece. So yeah, there we go. 117 complete. On to 118. Track of 118. Let's see what we get for checkpoint 1. Medium bundle of faction tokens, 3,400. Pretty interesting. Small bundle of ruby potion pack. Small ruby potion pack. Tier 5, and a medium bundle of coins. I'm gonna go for the coins. I can always farm the faction tokens easy. We got a large pile of faction tokens for checkpoint 2, 6,500 tokens. A vial of Azoth salt, 1,000 Azoth salt for 500, always a good deal. And the exhilarating conscript's longsword of the soldier, strength with shuriken abyss and life stealing. Life stealing is more of a I play solo open world versus PvE instead of PvP. Shuriken abyss is really good because that means a flat amount of 39 base weapon damage is increased on your next hit within 6 seconds. So that is a top gear attribute that you want on a weapon. But yeah, life stealing is just not that good. So I'm gonna go for the Vial of Azoth Salt in the second track. And then for the third track, we got the Conscript's Fire Staff of the Scholar Vicious. So critical damage, always good. And Chain Void. Basic attack hits trigger a void chain that bounces between close targets and deals 15% weapon damage, 2 seconds cooldown. It's always good to get your heart rune back up more fastly, because it counts as 2 hits, that chain void, or that chain lightning, or the bounce between the close targets. But it's missing a third perk. It's not a named item, guys. A flat stat intelligence, good as well, but yeah, I wouldn't pick it. And then we got the Helm of the Bear, a returning named item, constitution with refreshing ward and resilient. I'll show you in a second what it actually has as the third perk. And we've got the prestigious Shattered Breastplate of the Sentry, legendary gear, flat stat constitution, a heavy chestware with vigor, resilient, and refreshing Mighty Gavel. The Mighty Gavel hits reduce ability cooldown by 9.5% max, 2 activations per impact. So it's actually pretty good, meaning that twice in a row you're gonna get like 9.5% cooldown reduction. So that's 19% cooldown reduction on Mighty Gavel is actually really good. Vigor is overall good. Resilient is definitely good for PvP. I don't know, with a heavy chestware, I'm not sure if you're better off with freedom or vigor, or maybe even like a flat stat refreshing. Maybe even if you had like shuriken fortifications or something. I think that might be better than vigor, but overall still a good piece. So definitely one I'm gonna pick up. There we go. And yeah, 15,000 again. So there's a lot of items for 15,000 in this track, from 116 to 120. And we are running lower and lower. So let's take a look at the bear helmets. So if we go to last stand, and then I think I got it all the way at the beginning somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Helm of the Bear. So refreshing ward, shuriken heals, and resilient. So overall a good piece of gear, guys. Heavy headwear again. So you might work it together with the new chest that I actually got, which I am gonna lock and actually put in the vault next to the rest of them. There we go. Really nice. On to farm for the next track. Doesn't look like there's anything fancy in track 119. So checkpoint 1, we've got a small Superus potion pack tier 5, a large Ruby potion pack tier 5, and a medium Judah potion pack tier 4. I'm gonna skip over all of them because I kind of want to save up a little bit of Azoth salt. Got a medium pile of faction tokens, 5,500 for 2,500 Azoth salt. A small pile of coin, 1,062.50. I'm gonna pick this one up probably, and then prestigious Idolater spans of the Sentry. Constitution with resilient and deadly flourish, and it is a light legwear, so it is perfect for a light loadout. So actually pretty good, and deadly flourish is actually really good. Flourish deals 24% more damage versus targets below 50% health, and then resilient is PvP, of course. It is Constitution, so it can still work for, well, if you go for like 100 dex and then 300 or 400 dex build, it can still work out. So it's actually a pretty good pants. But like I said, I'm gonna go for the coins. We got checkpoint 3, Solemnizes Breast Guard of the Soldier, strength with freedom and refreshing. So pretty good. Freedom kind of works everywhere. Refreshing works everywhere, and it's a flat stat, and it's medium piece, so you can work it into a medium loadout or a light loadout. So overall, good piece of gear. We got the Idolater's Cowl of the Sentry, epic light headwear, so Constitution with the freedom and shuriken heals, both kind of PvP orientated. Freedom works kind of everywhere. You can get slowed, stunned, or rooted in dungeons as well in expeditions. So it still works, and it is a Constitution one. So again, if you go for like 100 con build, this might be one that fills out the con, and you basically go for whatever strength or dexterity or intellect, whatever you're running with. But shuriken heals is PvP only, so it would be more beneficial to a light loadout build for PvP. And then the exhilarating conscript's fire staff of the soldier, flat stat intelligence with vicious critical damage, always good. And then chain fire, basic attack hits, triggers fire chain that bounces between close targets and deal 15% weapon damage. Is pretty good to actually, well, fastly get that heart rune up, right? So every time you basically hit with a normal attack, you deal damage to multiple enemies, and every tick of damage that you do will count towards your heart rune. And that is it for track 119. Like I said, not really interesting. A couple good pieces though, but they're not named, so you're missing out on a third perk. Let's complete. And we're getting 600 for that. 119 done. Let's go to 120. And for the final track of this episode, for track 120, we've got the prestigious Idolater's Glove of the Sage. Focus, light gloves, so that's good. Shuriken fortification and resilient. So really, really nice gloves, guys. If you don't have any proper healing gloves, it's full stat focus, so that's always good. Shuriken fortification, always good. Resilience, always good. So cannot go wrong with these. Small Astra potion pack tier 5 and medium bundle of faction tokens. I'm not gonna buy anything, still saving up a little bit for more expensive gear. We got the Shattered Greaves of the Sentry in Constitution, Fortifying Whirlwind, and Resilient heavy legwears. So pretty good. I think Whirlwind hits for the grants Fortify on self. I'm not really sure if it's a must-have perk, but it seems a useful perk, at least for PvP. Because it's a 6.5% damage absorption, and you can stack it times 5. So that means what? 32% damage absorption? A 32% fortify. That's actually pretty good. For 2 seconds. It doesn't say that it refreshes it though. It's only for 2 seconds. That's actually a little bit too short. Well, if you go in a whirlwind, you usually go into like a pile of enemies. So even if it's like for 2 seconds, you're gonna stack them up during the whirlwind, right? So it is actually a fortified to get out of that stack of enemies. So again, not really bad actually, now that I think about it. We got a meal pile of coins and vials of Azoth. So 1 vial of Azoth for 500, 1,000 Azoth, 500. Always good. I'm gonna go for the coins as usual. Checkpoint 3, we've got an Exhilarated Champion Spear of the Range and Dexterity with Shuriken Flames and Vicious Dodging through an enemy attack causes your next hit within 6 seconds to deal an additional 39% base weapon damage as a fire and critical damage. So it's a flat stat increase in extra damage and then a critical damage and flat stat on Dexterity. So yeah, pretty good. Like really good spear actually, but not a named item again, so I'm not personally gonna go for it. We got Besieged Idolater's Cowl of the Ranger, Dexterity, flat stat with light headwear, Refreshing Ward, and Resilient. Refreshing Ward is for tanks. Like, if you're a DPS or a healer, never go for Refreshing Ward. Like, it's just, it really isn't all that good. And even as a tank, I think you want to get, like, base refreshing on it. You want to get hit, but if you're really tanky, people will kind of probably avoid you and just run around you and hit the people behind you instead of you if they're smart people. I'm not gonna say they're stupid, but if they're smart people. And we got the Helm of the Bear, a returning named item, of course. Constitution, a flat stat, heavy headwear with Refreshing Ward again and Resilience. So nothing really fancy is what I want in the last track either. So yeah, let's complete it. Track 120, another 5 done, guys. And that is gonna wrap up this episode. Let's sit our ass down like we always do and end the episode up here. If you want to see more of my Let's Play here in New World, my quest progression here in New World, or my PvP track, or any other game I might play on my channel, we've soon got Destiny 2 with a new expansion coming out. I'm still playing Hogwarts Legacy, just from time to time, a little bit as a filler, but it's still a really fun game to play. And if you want to see my Let's Plays of those, yeah, hit the subscribe button, guys. Would always help out a lot. I do hope you enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.